Hey everybody, welcome to Ask Dr. Testosterone, starring Dr. George Tsoulianos and brought to you by his books, Bodybuilding, the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Gives you an excellent overview of all the PEDs used in our sport, doses, side effects, cycles. Then the sequel written in quarantine, Training, Nutrition, and Supplementation in Bodybuilding. So you know how to train and eat, put it all together. And while you're on Amazon.com buying his books, go ahead and buy mine, Real Bodybuilding. Muscle Truth from 25 years in trenches. And now from Athens, Greece, please welcome Dr. George Tsoulianos. How are you, George?
I'm tired because of the low carb diet I already started. I promised to Per Bernal to call me, and I'm honored for that, to prepare for this fall for a photo shoot. And I guess I'm jealous about the dentist who was in the cover of it, Muscle Development. So perhaps I can have an editorial, if I get in shape, around 200, 205 pounds,
If you get in shape, come on, you're not that far off right now. It's not going to be, it's going to suck. But
because of my legs have been downsized due to my spinal cord injury and my surgery, I guess my legs now don't belong to the bodybuilding class, but to the classic physique.
That's okay.
But there's no classic physique for the super masters, for the masters also. Yeah, I'm 48.
Well,
so,
maybe not in Greece, but I'm sure there's somewhere around.
Yeah, the NPC perhaps, yes.
Yeah, come on over here.
No, there is NPC across Europe,
Yeah, that's right. It's NPC worldwide. So yeah, there's
the Wings of Strength by Sean Ray.
There's plenty of places, plenty of shows. Yeah, NPC has made sure.
Well, frankly, I belong to the classic physique. Even when I was a bodybuilder, 200 pounds.
Yeah, that's actually
battle with the mass freaks in the mass department,
The first comment on our video that we did last week was about that, because we talked about you going to classic, said the weight limits for classic physique for someone not over 5'9". Oh, that doesn't, are you 5'9"?
Yeah.
Okay, so 190. You can be up to 190.
190 is a lot. It's not bad because I was 188 when I won the IFBB Nationals.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. You put
You
on some muscle since then, but you could get, for a contest, you could dehydrate. You could get down to 190 for the weigh-in.
190 is 87 kilograms. Not bad.
Yeah.
Actually, was when I got dehydrated at the Masters, I dropped from 89 kilograms to 87. So you could say I was classic physique.
Yeah. You just have to make the weigh-in when they weigh you in. After that, you can drink and you can eat.
Yeah.
Guys put on like 10 pounds between the weigh-in and the stage all the time.
Well, it's a risk not to hold water,
Right. Cool.
Anyway, let's move on to the question.
Yeah, let's get some questions. Dude, that's well, this is a comment. People love to tell me I'm using too many drugs. Freddie Erickson, we love you, Freddie. I loved Ron's face when doctor said no tren. Ron, you said you do 300, 400 milligrams of tren, 5 weeks, 3 times a year. Dude, that is a blast, and that's 4 months. So 4 months, so 1/3 of the year, you're on toxic tren. Well, I'm not good at math. I've said that many times. So yeah, you're correct, Freddie. I was a terrible math student, excellent English student. Whatever, dude. I keep a good eye on my health. So next.
30 years, huh?
Huh?
30 years of training?
30. I started training in 1983. So it's been 30, it's almost 38.
Almost 40, 38.
Yeah. I wouldn't say bodybuilding training until like 80, toward the end of 87, 88 is when I didn't train my legs until like the end of 1987.
First time I entered the gym at 89 when I was 16.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, you're not far behind me. You've been at this quite a long time. Okay, so guy says, I know you guys get a ton of GH questions, so I'll make mine super fast. Could you please give us some advice on how to keep from becoming insulin resistant while using GH twice daily, AM and PM, rather than once before bed?
So keep the dose low, 2 a.m., 2 p.m.
Yeah.
Avoid eating hyperglycemic carbs, sugars, junk. Also saturated fat and trans fat, because it also increases the visceral fat. You can take chromium, you can take lipoic acid, Vanadil, you can take metformin, but metformin supposedly will lower the mTOR and the IGF-1, perhaps in paper, in theory, And that's all, I guess. And calculate evaluate your, follow up your A1C. And it has to be, of course, below 5.5. Increase your protein, and also use fiber to lower the insulin spike.
Gotcha. Yeah, because 2 IU,
Good guys.
two IU twice a day. That's a very, very moderate. I do 4 IU all at once
You can
before
control
bed.
it.
I don't think I'm risking anything with that. Unlike all that trend. Anyway, next question. Barry Kitchen. Here's a question for you, Barry. Thank you for being a great viewer. Barry comments a lot on these videos, so thank you, Barry. We love the comments, the questions. Please share the videos and do all that stuff too, guys. Hey, Doc, here's a question for you. I've heard on a different podcast from a different doctor, specifically Dr. Victor Prisk. He's out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Oh crap! I didn't do the more thing. Hang on a second. I had to do read more, and I didn't do that. So I'm going to go back to it. Yeah, we didn't fully prepare for this one, guys. My bad. So I got to go back to that.
The show.
Now, you know what, guys? I'm going to get to that. Barry, I'm going to have to get to that question next time, just in the interest of
Doesn't matter.
time.
If you can go back to the previous episode. Don't we?
Yeah. Here we go. Dr. T, any recommend? Oh my God, they all have long questions. I'm gonna have to go back to the YouTube guys, so please bear with me a moment. Yeah, because I tried to screenshot it, but
Doesn't matter, man.
so many of your questions, they're long and they wouldn't fit on. I had to do the read more thing. All right, so now we're gonna go back. Please bear with me, guys. Appreciate it. Bear with me. Okay, so these are all questions that came from last week's show. All right, here we go. Comments. Okay. Now we can go back to Barry's question. Here's a question for you. I heard on a different podcast from a different doctor, specifically Dr. Prisk out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Seth Ferrocci goes through him. He states that there's no reason to use HCG if Clomid doesn't even work, because it works on the same mechanism of action or the same pathway. What's your opinion on that? And do you support his idea? If so, why?
So to use Clomid while on testosterone?
Let's see. What is he saying? There's no reason to
What about the
use
PCT?
HCG. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really sure what his question is.
So you don't use
HCG
Clomid in order to restore fertility within the testosterone use, within the TRT. Okay, nothing kicks the balls like HCG.
Right.
Actually, when they are smaller, they shrink, they pop out after the HCG use, okay?
Oh, wow.
And now SERMs are used with HCG during the PCT protocols, but according to my theory, not simultaneously, because they are counterproductive to each other. They work for the same result through different pathways that are different, Yeah. So first you use the HCG that kick the balls, and then you use the SERMs that kick the brain. But along with TRT, HCG is a real deal to restore your fertility and keep ejaculation volume and ball size.
Ejaculation volume, very, very important if you're an adult film star, guys, which I'm sure a lot of you are, right? Okay. A female question. We don't get too many of these. This is from Elena Serrano. Dr. T, any recommendations for a female, 44 years old, that has elevated salivary cortisol levels during the day and borderline low DHEA levels? She says, I want to compete in figure for the first time, but my lower body is not dialing in. It's not getting lean. Currently following.
Yeah, because of the cortisol, she's retaining water and she's doing also fat storage. And also she's catabolizing muscle from the limbs, from hands, from arms and legs,
Yeah.
Because of the stress. I said that in a video last week. So in order to manage cortisol, first of all, stop the stimulants, eat properly 11 to 7, and take a variety of supplements like phosphatidylserine, ashwagandha, rhodiola, and also DHEA that provides optimized adrenal metabolism.
Yeah.
But take those first thing in the morning when cortisol is supposed to be the highest, but also last thing at night, because cortisol starts climbing after midnight as we approach at the dawn in order to wake up. It's a stress hormone. Yeah. Okay, so last thing before you go to bed, the first thing you wake up to manage your cortisol, and then your cortisol has to be lowered, of course, but don't kick cortisol through stimulants and stress, of course, and stay hungry. Fasting kicks cortisol because fasting is a physical and mental stress. And after the 3 hours of fasting, cortisol eats up muscle to make sugar. for the brain and for the muscles themselves. Okay, we
so you-
shouldn't starve.
Okay.
If you want to do fasting, you should provide BCAAs for the muscles.
Gotcha.
Of course, you're going to burn them, but otherwise, you won't protect your lean body mass.
Yeah, lack of sleep. A lot of people don't
Yeah,
sleep
come
enough,
on.
and that really jacks up your cortisol, makes losing body fat very,
Mhm.
very difficult.
Lack
Stress.
of GH also in lack of sleep means no fat burning.
Yeah. So hopefully, Elena, this is helpful.
And
you can
actually,
get-
high cortisol at night elevates blood sugar. Then the pancreas lowers this blood sugar. Then we crave for carbs, and then we go to the fridge and want to eat a cake. That's what happens when we stay up all night. We don't eat protein. We want a cookie. We want the cake.
Cereal.
So,
I used to love cereal late at night. Good stuff. Like honeycombs. All right. Well, hopefully that's helpful, Elena. Next one comes from Jim Phyllis. He says, Doctor, can you please explain how the ML works to calculate the calculation to use, say, for example, 250 strength of Deca in bottle, and I need to shoot 120 TRT shot a week. Well, it would be like about half an ml, right? Yeah.
So what's the question?
Well, I think he just wants the calculation, but this is actually, even I can do this one. So if he's got Deca that's 250 mgs per mil and he wants to do 120 milligrams.
135 roughly is half a mil.
Yeah, so like 125 would be half. So you're just do a half, guy. You're all good. That was an easy one. All right. Next one from Mike Legacy. This is another one. Why does Kratom allow me to hold on to?
I don't know. I have no idea what is this. It reminds me of Superman.
Kratom, yeah, that's kryptonite.
Oh, come on. Let's move on. I don't know what is shit.
All right.
What is it?
Yeah, we didn't prepare the questions because we have an interview.
What is Kratom?
Someone's going to get mad that we don't know what it is.
What it is? Tell me.
I don't know. It's
Okay,
people. I knew it one time and I wasn't interested, so I just forgot all about it because I don't.
Is it a supplement? Something?
Yeah, it's a supplement. I think it's not a drug. It's a supplement.
Generic name of supplement. I was supposed to know the generic.
It's all right. All right, let's get back to drugs. Here we go. From Sebastian, what is the difference? Sebastian Aline, what is the difference between testosterone enanthate, 100 milligrams Monday and 100 milligrams Thursday, and testosterone undecronate once every 10 to 14 weeks in terms of TRT, maintaining muscle mass, free testosterone, and SHBG?
So as I said, yeah, the Nebido-Avid is 1 gram, is 1,000 milligrams.
Yeah.
And the half-life is supposed to be 12 weeks. But if, let's say 3 months roughly.
Yeah.
Or 12 weeks. Now, if we divide the 1,000 milligrams by 12 weeks, what is how much is it?
That's like 800 milligrams a week.
A week.
If
Divided by every week, by 4 weeks.
Oh, wait, was it 1,200 or 12,000?
1,000. 1,000
Oh,
by
okay.
12.
Oh, okay.
So it's 800 per month.
Per month. Yeah, that's not much.
Divided by 4 weeks a month, it's per week, it's weekly,
200, right?
200.
Yeah.
Okay. But the half-life is so slow that it doesn't kick until you have reached 6 months. That means 2 injections of Libido to be within your system already.
Hmm.
So it doesn't kick until it reaches the 4th week. It's very slow.
Yeah.
It doesn't start rapidly. Okay, the enanthate has a half-life of 7 to 10 days, and you can feel it. You can feel the kick, okay? So it's a vehicles with different speed.
I mean, who is this undecronate, the Nebido? Who's that really ideal for?
People who travel a lot and are not familiar with shots. Let's say playboys, businessmen.
Yeah.
People who live a sedentary lifestyle and they don't give a shit about injections or protocols, or they don't. Somebody who's hypogonadic but never visited the gym,
Yeah.
doesn't want to have needles, doesn't want to deal with frequent shots and stuff like that.
Regular people. I call them civilians.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I just offended all the military people out there. Doctor, is it possible to use ultra low dose oxandrolone, 1.2 milligrams, to keep SHBG at acceptable levels? I've tried everything to lower my SHBG, but I can't. And that compromises my free testosterone a lot. For example, I use a single dose of 112.5 of subcutaneous testosterone per week, which gives me 570 nanograms of total testosterone, with 470 free with this 2 milligram dose of oxandrolone. SHBG 25 if I exclude oxandrolone. My SHBG rises to 60 and my testosterone drops to 200. If I keep this dose of oxandrolone very low, will it compromise my HDL? Is there any risk? I've tried anything like Vote, Indole, 3-carbinol, and nothing works. P.S. I'm endomorph and my diet is low carb, which also contributes to the increase in SHBG, but it's something I can't change. Otherwise, I gain a lot of weight. We don't have Proviron in Brazil. Whew. So what was this
I
question?
guess so. Follow a low carb, but eat more frequent meals. And also apply boron, the heavy metal. Okay, the DHEA also.
Yeah.
Increase the dose of testosterone to 150 once weekly. And now, of course, Anavar will lower your HDL, boost your LDL, and perhaps in the long term, some liver enzymes. Proviron, of course, you don't have it, but you can ask from a compounding pharmacy to make DHT for you in the form of a cream.
DHT cream.
Right.
Interesting.
Now, if you're taking metformin or thyroid hormones, stop them because they elevate SHBG.
Gotcha.
And check out for any fatty liver disease and liver inflammation, because under that case, it elevates also.
Gotcha. All right. Next one from Jonas. Hi, Dr. T. Is it possible to take Testogel sublingual for better bioavailability? If not, how should I apply it for the best uptake, and how much is better than 10%? How can I get more than 10% availability? Is that possible? It's a gel that you rub on your skin.
You can use 20% creams.
Yeah.
Applied inside the forearms, rub each surface each other.
Yep.
Balls also,
Scrotum.
But also, of course, not sublingually,
Yeah.
And try the liposomal cream that has better absorption than the alcohol-based.
Why doesn't he just take a shot? Just take a shot, guy. Come on. It's so much. It makes things so much better if you just do an injection. Anyway, Rob says, my pituitary gland does not produce any hormones. I'm on all synthetic due to my tumor removal. I'm 47 years old. I want to supplement DHEA and pregnenolone. My question is, will the DHEA lower my cortisol level to where it can be dangerous? I take 15 milligrams of hydrocortisone every day. I'm worried that would drop too low to be dangerous.
No, I don't think there is a reason. As long as you take hydrocortisone, you have already regulated your cortisol, levels.
Yeah.
But DHEA doesn't affect. I take also DHEA now 5 years every day, 50 milligrams. It doesn't suppress much my cortisol, but it helps the adrenals to produce, to have a better metabolism, because it helps with adrenal metabolism when they are fatigued,
Okay.
And after some time, when you are already living a stressful lifestyle, your adrenaline start having insufficiency. DHA also drops, so you should provide it. But also take pregnenolone, yes, that will metabolize to progesterone. But I don't think there is any option of that, what he asks.
Okay. Well, we got a lot of SHBG questions this week. Doc, is there any effective supplement to decrease SHBG?
Yeah, boron, DHEA. Now I've heard perhaps D3 vitamin and fish oil, but for sure boron and DHEA, because DHEA is an androgen. It's an androgen, yes.
Okay. Well, looks like this is our final question. Hey, Doc and Ron, what is better for strength gain and for the health? 250 milligrams testosterone enanthate per week, German farmer grade for 1 year, plus 30 milligrams Superdrol for 4 weeks, or 30 milligrams Dianabol for 4 weeks. Well, one of those was for a whole year. I would think you're going to make better gains on something for a year, right?
So much better with testosterone, of course, increased strength as an androgen. Okay, and Superdrol is more anabolic than Dianabol. It's a mixture of 3 drugs,
Yeah.
So I guess that.
So, 4 weeks on that stuff, I'm sure you'd make some good strength gains, but whatever you're going to gain in 4 weeks, it's not going to be that substantial. You're probably going to lose a good percentage of that once you go off, I would think.
Yeah, we'll see water.
Yeah, I mean, I've always believed in more moderate doses over a long term than high doses in the short term. It just makes
And besides,
sense.
you block the receptors, you know, they become saturated.
Yeah, cool. Well, Doc, that was it for the questions. Wow, you had no preparation for that. So that was amazing. There was only one you didn't like, and that was a kratom. And I didn't like that one either. Sorry, guys. So, guys, please subscribe to the channel, like the videos, share the videos, leave your comments and questions beneath these. Go to the doctor's website, gtoul.com. Dr. Tuliatos has all kinds of great information on there in English and in Greek. Get his books. Follow him on Instagram at Dr. George Tuliatos. And Dr. George, happy to see you dieting. Now we're both going to be diet brothers. Except I'm dieting for nothing, just for my own event, just to look good for friggin' Instagram. I'm an idiot. Anyway, guys, we have an awesome opportunity every week here to speak with a medical doctor who is also a national champion bodybuilder. So yeah, keep the questions coming and like, subscribe, and share and do all that. We appreciate your viewership so much. Dr. George, we appreciate you so much. Thank you for doing this every week. And that's it. We'll see you next week right here on Ask Dr. Testosterone.